finish up on this first hour's discussion on the evils of letting the government come and save you. I feel like I'm preaching to the choir a little bit here, but apparently I must need to do this because, again, what started my blood boiling on net neutrality, once again, because this has been weighing very heavily on my heart, is a message and a rebuking of another great freedom activist who I will have to agree to disagree with. And what doesn't mean I'm so ideologically penned up that I can't still work with people who I feel have missed the point of freedom entirely, at least in this one subject. But it's hard because, like I said, I fell for it before too. But all the signs are there, and we have to again look at what fascists do. They have to control opinion. They have to control the media. Do you remember Operation Mockingbird? If you don't look it up, it's a CIA program from 1963 to take over covertly all news media opinion outlets so that they can control public opinion to get what they want. And anybody who speaks out against it, well, they're somehow evil, they're somehow bad, that they're conservative, right-wingers, Bible thumpers, they're going to come shooting, they're crazy maniacs, they're racist, and they're even terrorists. All of it, we just relive in a different fashion. It's the same, exact same attack from the same playbook with maybe a different flavor. Ray LaHood, what a great name. He is the Secretary of Transportation, and another Chicago inner politic socialist, freedom hater, came out today to what? Slam political, quote-unquote, trash talk. Because anytime you disagree with the president, it's trash talk. He cares about you. He loves you. They all just love us so much. I mean, is it wrong for us to be skeptical, cynical of the government coming to save us again? What is most important that we protect is the First Amendment. Earlier, I talked to you about the advisory boards coming in and telling radio stations what they can do, what they can have on. These advisory boards will be picked by local politicians who will, of course, make sure that any local talk doesn't hurt them, and that just goes right up the food chain. Is that what you really want? I can't believe you do. I like to change. I just like to change back. There's a loophole in the FCC regulations that in a time of war, we have multiple wars going on right now, the community stations can operate freely without any regulation. No, you can't yell fire in a crowded movie theater. There are consequences for that. Shouldn't the community as a whole decide what they want to listen to on the radio, for instance, by doing what? Supporting the sponsors of things that they do like, not supporting the sponsors of the thing they don't like. Sometimes picketing. Here in Austin, Texas, we had a duo that was on the air on KLBJ AM, and one of the hosts used the word wetbacks, and the outrage of the community, the Hispanic American La Raza Mecha community, local business owners got those guys thrown off the air for good forever. Are we going to be in the position to be our brother's keeper in the sense that we're going to say what can be said and what can't be said? You may not like what they say on Fox News or MSNBC. I don't. I was clicking back and forth. It was amazing last night, going back and forth from Fox to MSNBC, General Electric. This is the news. This is the absolute truth. Complete opposite in rhetoric. Completely the same solutions and conclusions when you get down to the bottom of it. Ray LaHood says the drop in civility by hosts on talk radio is what's responsible for this blistering effect on society, this balkanization of society. No, it isn't the ramrodding through of domestic policies by the Obama administration. It isn't the fact that the Obama administration and their friends and controllers in the state-run media are calling us names and retards and racists and everything else. That doesn't seem very civil to me. But they're not the problem. We're the problem. Republican member of the President Barack Obama's cabinet blistered conservative talk radio host, and that's really anybody that disagrees with Obama, whether you call yourself a conservative or maybe you're a paleo-liberal, like Cindy Sheehan. Cable television news saying they have eroded civility and impeded the nation's ability to solve big problems. He told the Dispatch the level of harsh discourse in Washington has probably reached an all-time high. He partly blamed it on all the trash talk about the process and about politicians 24/7 on. Well, what are we supposed to do? Just sit here and take it? They didn't want us doing that during the Bush administration. Now all of a sudden they want us to shut the F up? The secretary also indicated that even the president's bully pulpit is no match for the cacophony over the airwaves from the political right. Well, as it should be. He can't compete with all this stuff people are saying about him. And the fact that he lied. He did 5 interviews on Sunday, just a minuscule compared to the kind of trash talk that goes on all week prior to that. I'm happy to be part of the I guess, call me a trash talker then. I've not read the whole article. I assume that he is calling for some kind of government correction to all of this. Anybody that disagrees with the Obama administration is a target for their First Amendment police. And they're coming to save us. It's ludicrous, folks. Second hour is coming up. I want to get into a little bit more of this vaccine discussion, the swine 11 discussion, swine flu. Marilyn Manson, as I said, has swine flu, so it must be very contagious. Also have some Sybil Edmonds news. And our main focus in the second hour is going to deconstruct the grand chessboard with Zbigniew Brzezinski as our god. You can even say Zbigniew Brzezinski will be our guest. Speaking of guests, on tonight on Hardball, Chris Matthews, Jim Trafficant will be on. I missed a call by him last week. He was supposed to be on this show. We're going to see if we can do that for you. Stay with us, folks. Second hour coming up on Deadline Live. I'm Jack Blood, your narrator. This is AmericanFreedomRadio.com. Please stay with us.
Drink up your happy hours now.